This is Cam Weiland, and you're listening to the 59th episode of the Wordplay Podcast. I had such a blast writing this week. I've never hit my groove so early in a story. Usually it takes me all of 50 hard-fought pages, and probably just as many pages of deleted data, to find my confidence and enjoyment in a novel. But I'm a scant 20 pages into this one, and everything is rolling along smoothly. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, but so far this story has been nothing but a joy. Of course, I still spent some time struggling with the usual beginning of a new novel angst, watching the demons in my head tap dance to the tune of inevitable insecurities and doubts. No matter how much we dedicate ourselves to studying the craft, each new novel is its own adventure. In some ways, I feel as if I have to learn how to write a novel all over again with every story. There are never two stories alike, which can be frustrating at times, but ultimately it's the grand adventure of it all that makes it so exciting and worthwhile. How to use scene breaks to cut the fat. The latest post in the video series on my blog demonstrates from Brandon Sanderson's breakout fantasy Elantris how to skillfully insert scene breaks to spare your readers the boring parts. You can watch the video on my blog at wordplay-kmweiland, that's weiland.blogspot.com. New videos are posted every Wednesday. Meanwhile, enjoy this week's podcast, Why Your Character's Motive Matters. As people, we're often judged by what we do. To a large extent, we are what we do. However, because others' perceptions of our actions don't penetrate to the reasons behind our actions, we're often judged incorrectly, or even unjustly. It's no different for our characters. In a book, as much as in life, a person's actions are crucial. Readers want to understand this person by seeing what he does. However, often, it's what a character wants to do that matters even more. In his book, Characters and Viewpoint, best-selling science fiction author Orson Scott Card explains, "Motive is what gives moral value to a character's acts. What a character does, no matter how awful or how good, is never morally absolute. What seemed to be murder may turn out to have been self-defense, madness, or illusion. What seemed to be a kiss may turn out to have been betrayal, deception, or an irony. A character is what he does, yes, but even more, a character is what he means to do." Creating a character who acts in exciting and larger-than-life ways is wonderful. But unless this character also has a reason for these actions, he will ultimately fail to capture readers' attention. Giving a character a motive, which inevitably extends to a goal, which hopefully inspires an immediate obstacle, which fortunately creates innate conflict, is vital. Without an awareness of Raskolnikov's motive, reprehensible as it is, for killing the old woman in Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, readers would never have stuck around for 600 pages. If we didn't understand that Jane Austen's titular Emma didn't have good intentions behind her blundering interference in her friends' lives, we would have abandoned her after a few chapters. Even characters such as Luke Skywalker or Clark Kent, whose actions are definably good, become boring unless we understand the motives behind their behavior. It's not enough to create a character who does interesting things. He must also do them for interesting reasons. This is a principle that allows authors all kinds of exciting space to play. We can match motive to action to present a straightforward character, such as Luke Skywalker, but we can also create infinite layers of complexity and intrigue by presenting a character whose actions and motives don't always seem to align, such as Bruce Wayne in the Christopher Nolan movies. Unlike fiction, in which we have the tendency to generously dole out black and white designations, motives and actions aren't always clear in real life. Becoming aware of, and taking advantage of, these complex dichotomies can raise our fiction to a whole new level by deepening our characters, creating subplots, and perhaps most importantly of all, offering readers stories they can sink their teeth into and chew on for a while. Orson Scott Card sums up nicely. We never fully understand other people's motives in real life. In fiction, however, we can help our readers understand our characters' motives with clarity, sometimes even certainty. This is one of the reasons people read fiction, to come to some understanding of why other people act the way they do. Thank you for listening to the Wordplay Podcast. To read a transcript of this episode, visit me on the web at wordplay-kmweiland, that's weiland.blogspot.com, and be sure to listen again next week.